Welcome, respected Sadhakagana. How nice it is that every day we are in our pursuit of excellence and evolution are gathering and doing our best, doing a bit. It's a very good sign. So many unknown forces are helping us in this regard, along with some unknown forces obstructing also. Though that also is a point of concern. But more important is knowingly, consciously, how much we are trying. So, consciously, we are trying every day to be in the class is a very commendable, laudable endeavor and effort. Beautiful it is. Though it is the beginning, but it is the underlining principle that we are committed and regular. Once we are so for the listening, even for the other things required for spiritual evolution, also we can be slowly committed and regular. So that way, great thing done. So to that extent, we have helped ourselves, we have conquered ourselves, you can say. We are putting ourselves in the right path and track. So nothing wrong in congratulating oneself, feeling good about it. That now no more I am fully 100% samsari, isn't it? Totally lost, engrossed in samsara. No more. We are in pursuit of higher, greater, nobler, even though we are in very, very gross initial stages. But that is how it starts. What is important is it started. When we don't give up, when we go on doing all the levels one by one, we will be able to cross the levels of understandings, levels of the practices, and the varied levels of the even anubhutis will come. That is how everyone who has spiritually evolved or grown have done and grown. Very good. Let us pray to the divine to keep us in this path and mood, in spite of whatever we otherwise deserve, whatever the world around us. Welcome once again. The 13 Vyaktitvas to be strengthened. Lokaseva, Dharmasthabaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu. Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta, and Samskrita Bhasha Praveen. 6 blessings, sources, Parambrahma, Ishvara Tattva, Shakti Tattva, the Devata Gana, Guru Gana, and our Shastra Gana. देखा जाए how many things we have in our life to do and achieve, है ना, to involve in इतना सारा. जैसे जब घर में शादी होता है, we can't be just like that lazy. How many things are required to be done for it? बाप रे. So too when a house is made, नया बनाया, तो कितने सारे उसमें होते हैं. Million, 100 times more than that are the things that are there for us to do and achieve. You know, spiritually देखा जाए, then how much busy we must be in them. You know, how much inspiredly busy we must be in that. Somehow, if we can make ourselves that way fully busy and engrossed in, doing all these spiritually evolving things. Just like at one point of time, we are so busy in the worldly things. अब इसमें इतना बिजी होते रहे कि किसी भी चीज का हमको अंदाजा याद ही नहीं है. We are not aware of anything other than this. That should be the personality we have to seek to develop. For that only these 6 and 13 things every day we are reminding ourselves. One can take it very casually. One can even say, हर दिन कह रहे हैं क्या सुनना है. That half minute is wasted. But these are the things when we start fully involving. One side we grow spiritually, other side we have avoided ourselves, freed ourselves from the unnecessary things of the world, binding things of the world. That is why we are reminding every day ourselves of these things. Now, wonderful, congratulations, salutations to you. Welcome. The studies of Shwethashwathara Upanishad from Krishna Yajurveda. First chapter, exhaustive Sambandha Bhashya, done. Now we are starting to study the mantras. And in the first mantra, out of 5 questions, we have seen 2 of them. The other 3 we will understand. Then today we'll try to see the second mantra, in which for that question, what is the cause of the world? The probable answers are taken into account and discussion, and they are analyzed and found that they are not the cause. Then in the third mantra, they take up another set of inquiry, another way of inquiry, another type of research. In that they find what is the cause of the entire Jagat. Okay? See the difference between we and those saints. We are lost in the Jagat in gaining it or in keeping it away. They are busy in finding the cause of it. And they found such a solution in their inquiry that they are no more bound. That outcome of their inquiry should inspire us also to do the same. That instead of getting lost in the world's gaining or losing, of course, through Raga Dvesha, inquire into the cause of it. Who have done the cause hunting, they found such an answer which has solved all problems. So, therefore, we also can get inspiration. That is the purpose of this topic. All Mahatmas did that only. Even the recent past, the great Ramana Maharshi and all, उनका एक ही प्रश्न होता है, inquire from where everything is happening. In that you will see something different. Like we saw in Manduki example yesterday, when you apprehend the rope as rope by the cause hunting, substratum hunting, snake with all its samsara, they just get dissolved only. You don't even need to find an answer to that. Question only gets dissolved. The question in the world is called samsara. It gets dissolved. When in this inquiry, the truth, the reality, the substratum is apprehended. Comprehension is intellectual understanding, which is not sufficient. Apprehending is direct experience. Non-apprehension, misapprehension. Gurudev uses those words. So we are going to see today those shlokas. Slowly, steadily, we try to study, grasp. Before that, let us do our mantras of Shanti Mantra and Sankalpa. Before that, a few minutes of our discussion, some common sense thought. Today's common sense thought before we start the study of our Upanishad is, what is entire Adhyatmikata, spirituality, is only this much. One word it is. The one word is Drushti. Drushti is Adhyatmikata. Okay? Drushti. You know, there are three types of Drushtis. One is Jagat Drushti, second is Chitta Drushti, third is Atma Drushti. You know, when our Drushti is in Atman, it's called as Atma Darshanam. It is over, moksha. There, Drashta, Darshana, Drushya, all of them are not there. When we are in the Drishti of the Jagat, we are pulled by all means and forces to be the samsari only. Therefore, one extreme is samsari, other extreme is moksha. In between is the stage, which is called the entire spiritual struggle. What is it is? Our drishti. Okay. On, not on the Jagat and before reach to the Atman, it is on the Chitta. Therefore, our drishti on our mana or Chitta or Antakarana is the Adhyatmika Jivana, Adhyatmika Sadhana. When our drishti is on the world, we are pakka samsari. When you have the darshan of the Atman, moksha ho gaya. So therefore, what is Adhyatmik Sadhana? Drishti hours. Pulling from the world, drishti hours, put on the self. This is the actual thing to understand. But where it starts from, where whole thing? It is in the chitta. Therefore, drishti on the chitta becomes a necessary first spiritual sadhana. Main spiritual sadhana. Important spiritual sadhana. Actually, main all in all sadhana only. Isn't it? चित्त के ऊपर हमारा दृष्टि रखना. You know, that's what, अंतर लक्ष्य बहिर दृष्टि. Here दृष्टि means आप व्यवहार बाहर कर रहे हो, but दृष्टि is always in the चित्त only, our अंतःकरण only. The more we develop it, the more we are the sadhakas. Why? Because, where is the outer world in which we are involving? Remember, it is in the chitta only. For as regards our sadhana, our life is concerned, it is within our chitta. Don't go into that yoga darshanam discussion of chitta and jagat, they are separate. That is different theory, different purpose. It is, they want to establish the prakriti to exist independent of purusha. So that's how that thinking, that way it helps. दर्शन शास्त्रों का एक अलग ही डिग्निटी होता है ना. लाइक 2-3 religious fanatics, when with their fanaticism they fight, that's a different war altogether. But those who have deeply understood their respective religions and the others also, when they meet, whatever together they can do or help the world, those things they discuss. Whatever the seeming basic sum of the contradictions, they don't rake them up to create a quarrel. That is a maturity. In the same way, in the darshanas also, philosophies, some contradicting, conflicting may be there. That can be sorted out in different place. But where they can go together, they can be taken for the help. I'm just giving an idea. Here also, just to explain it, the whole world is in our chitta. And whatever relations we have with that world is in our own chitta again. whatever the attitudes we have towards those worldly things and beings, again also is in our own chitta. Then whatever our expectations from that chitta, relativity about chitta is again about that world is again in our chitta only. Then where do we plan either to get the world or get out of the world? That also is in the chitta. Finally, when with some physical movements, when we do some actions, which results give some result, where that result is again received is in chitta. Then after that result, we become dukhi or sukhi. That also is in chitta. In that way, therefore, samsara is in our chitta. Getting out of samsara also is in our chitta. It is understood, therefore, what is the entire spirituality to begin with? Drushti is on our chitta. Always we are aware of chitta. What are the perceptions we are seeing through the senses? उसका effect क्या हो रहा है चित्त में? What are the vrittis that are coming within the chitta? What is their position? What is their need? Whether they are required or not? Always focusing in this way on our chitta is called as adhyatmikata. And then take the help of the yoga here, that in that observation, what should be our aim and goal is what? As much as possible, the chitta should be free from everything. If at all, something noble good only. If not, everything else has to be removed. The outer world. In fact, up to perception level, we keep the world perceiving by senses and just noticed by the mind without any reactions or projections. We have learned the art of keeping away the world from the chitta. Then the other aspect, the as we spoke just now, the entire samsara is in chitta. The sadhana also is in chitta. In the chitta only, the jnanam about the Atman, Siddhanta jnanam, is gained. In the chitta only, conviction of that happens. In the chitta only, the research, inquiry, contemplation about that happens. In that bargain, of course, finally, the chitta dissolves in the experience of the chit. वो तो final stage है. But till that final stage, whose support we take is the chitta only. That is why having the drishti on the chitta becomes whole spirituality. So whatever is happening in the world, whatever we are supposed to do the world, what is its repercussion on the chitta? What it should be? It should be that chitta should be free from any entanglements. That's why dharma. That's it. When you do dharma and don't look here and there, chitta won't get any of the thoughts. Only the functionally the chitta will work. I have to go to the office, I do work and come back. Okay. But when my attention is on other people, other things, the money from below the table, they are all adharma. That is what agitates the chitta. That is what makes us incapable of spirituality or the search of the self or the truth. That's why they tell us karma yoga karo, dharma yoga karo. What for? For this chitta not to be, because it's very volatile, very sensitive is this chitta. You all know when you sit for meditation, कितना हो चंचल, बाप रे, चंचल मन नित राम जपाकर, always chitta chanchala chanchala. I'm just giving an idea why karma yoga is recommended for the chitta to be stable and quieted. So drishti is on chitta. like the people who are well dressed up, nice. Then they are going to some program somewhere. Wherever they are moving, they are talking, or they are even asked to sit. Their drishti is on their clothes or the dress. कि वो खराब ना हो जाए. So too, when a new car is bought, when they travel in that first few days, the drishti is on. The car should not be spoiled. उसको इतना केयरफुली रखते हैं रे बाबा, कार हो उसको तो उसको कवर करना है वगैरह. नए नए 1 महीने के लिए तो when they bring पार्क साफ करके वो कवर करके, not even a birds that also should not fall on it. 6-7 महीने के बाद फिर that's different, isn't it? So when the new house is made, how neat and clean and it is put. So new flower pots are brought, how neatly maintained they are, watered and all. पूरा our attention उसके ऊपर. when you get a new dog pet, 15 दिन 1 महीने तक पूरा GOD is gone, only TOG. So a child is born for a few 3-6-4 months. शादी किया है, so the wife or husband for few months. Awareness only about them. I'm just giving 7-8 examples only to say that how much we are aware of our chitta determines how much we have understood spirituality and practicing it. So दृष्टि उस पर रखते हुए उसको जगत के द्वारा खराब नहीं होने देना. What do you mean by जगत को खराब नहीं होने देना? Anything of the jagat entering in the chitta is chitta खराब हो गया. Maximum jagat should be perceived, and whatever intellectual knowledge say, response to be done according to our dharma, finish kar di, then throw both of them. What has come to me, what I have done, दोनों. एक कांटे से दूसरा कांटा निकाल के दोनों जैसे फेंक देते हैं उस तरह. This habit should result in our chitta should be always calm and quiet and nirmala. Other than that, we are not in this world to spoil our chitta for any major or minor things. All minor only when it comes to the protection of our chitta. Nothing big or small, कुछ भी हो, हमारा चित्त को रक्षा करना ही important. Then again, the other aspect that the chitta is focused again on regular basis. Subha, Dopahar, Sham, the Upanishad mantras. Then the chintana on the meaning of those mantras. Chintana on the truth that is explained through that mantra. Chitta should do. This is the internal meditation. The outer meditation is we are in the world, but we are observing. What is the result effect of that on the chitta, and always protecting the chitta. है ना? दैट चित्त को खराब होने नहीं देना इज ए नेसेसरी सेंसिटिविटी. खराब मतलब entering into rajas or entering into tamas or becoming restless, impurified. We should not allow that. Like when I looked at someone, looking at that person's hauliya, I just feel distaste. I just feel like hating. So that hatred is a durguna of the chitta, dvesha. वो फिर चित्त को खराब करता है ना. तो immediately I have to balance myself and say, no, why should I hate about that person? He is his own. है ना? In whatever the way he is, in his physical appearance or his activities or his color or profession, मुझे क्यों लेना देना है? मेरे मन को मैं क्यों खराब करूं? Therefore, any other sadhana is the expression of divine or the divine play, etc. कुछ भी ले लो, चित्त में राग आने, द्वेष आने नहीं देना. If is something beautiful you have seen, उसको देखकर फिर बढ़िया है, अच्छा है लगता है. The moment that is there, the formation of raga is happening, which conditions our chitta again to go further. But I have to protect my chitta. Therefore, immediately, no. This is also Ishvara's Leela, nothing is permanent. So I need not have any extra added importance given to that. With this wisdom, अपने चित्त को फिर से बचाना from the raga. These two are main, which spoil the chitta. तो इस तरह से whole Vedanta spirituality is Drushti is on the chitta, and that chitta is made free and empty from anything of the world. Then that chitta is focused on the truth with the help of the Shastra Vakyas. To the extent that chitta, in its deep understanding about the truth and in the efforts to help us in abiding in the truth, it says, अब हो गया मेरा काम फाइनली, मैं जा रहा हूं, आप मिल जाओ अपने सेल्फ से. So chitta dissolves, the seeker becomes one with the sought. Chitta is from Maya and all that we'll discuss when this comes in the same Upanishad. But फिलहाल मैं, मेरा चित्त, जगत और परमात्मा, इन चारों के बीच में जो गेम चल रहा है, मैं, मेरा चित्त, जगत, so much परमात्मा is forgotten. Now मैं, मेरा चित्त और परमात्मा, जगत is forgotten. Slowly मैं और परमात्मा, chitta helping us in reaching us to Paramatma. Later on, neither me and Paramatma is two things, I am that. उस अनुभव का कोशिश is called a whole Vedanta. Just two references in a minute we'll see and then go into our study. Like in Gita, see what is said in 8th chapter. That's beautiful sloka. Number I don't know. 7th or 8th. Bhagavan says, Abhyasayogayuktena Chetasa Nanyagamiना Paramam Purusham Divyam Yati Parthanuchintayan. He Partha Paramam Purusham Divyam Yati. Paramam Divyam Purusham Yati. This is our goal. Paramam, Supreme, Divyam, Divine, Purusha, the Self, Yati, he achieves. What is the sadhana is given? See? Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena Chetasa. Then the Anyagamina Chetasa. Then Anuchintayan. What we discussed so far is this only. Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena Chetasa, Yoga Abhyasena Yukta Chetasa. Okay. So Abhyasa Yukta Cheta is that chitta which is doing the Abhyasa of withdrawing from the world. That's what we said. Influence of the world should not be on the chitta. Second is Yoga Yuktena Chittasa. Chetasa means that chitta is again and again is tried to be put in connection with, yoking it with the self. It's called as Yoga Yuktena Chetasa. While doing these two, for various reasons, we may slip from that. Again, coming back onto the purpose is called the Anyagamina. इधर उधर जाने नहीं देना. जाता है वो, but again bring it. Abhyasa is withdrawn from the world. Yoga is putting in Paramatma. Nanyagami is continuously doing this only. Okay, then what supports all this in doing all this is our spashta avagahana about Paramatma as our goal. And that should be remembered all the time. That is called Anuchintayan. So, my goal is Paramatma Prapti. Now I am in the world as a Jiva through the Chitta. Now I have to realize myself, Anuchintan karte hue, Abhyasa 1, pulling the Chitta from the world. Yoga, putting the Chitta in Paramatma through the Tadasthar Swarupa Lakshanasa Paramatma. While doing so, any other thought distraction comes, again bring it back to the track. Like that was already said in 6th chapter. Yato yato nischarati manaha chanchalamastheram tatah tatah niyamya etad atmani eva vasham nayet. bring it back to the self. That's called the na anyagamina. So anuchintayan is pakka siddhanta knowledge with the conviction strong that I must experience the self. Abhyasa is pulling it from the world. Yoga is putting it towards the world, towards the Paramatma. Sorry. And while happening this, Anyagamanam, when it starts to happen, bring it back. You know? Samam praptam na chalayet, said in the Mandukya about same. Again in yoga, abhyasa is what? See? Tatra sthitau yatnaha abhyasaha. What is the sthiti of the chitta where we have to do the yatna? Tatra sthiti. Tatra sthiti means the chitta is free from the world and chitta is only occupied in Paramatma. इस अभ्यास इस स्थिति को पाने का प्रयत्न को अभ्यास कहते हैं. To get to that position, the effort we do is called abhyas. Tatra sthito yatnaha abhyas. Tatra means what? In that, यहाँ चित्त के ऊपर काम हो रहा है. चित्त को उस स्थिति में रखने को अभ्यास कहते हैं. किस स्थिति में? अभ्यास स्थिति, योग स्थिति. अभ्यास means freeing it from the world. Yoga means always it is entertaining Paramatma Sambandhi Vicharana contemplation only. We have to come to that zone. Our study of Shastra is a beginning which is not sufficient. We have to take seriously the subject matter. When we do that, then the need of this sadhana we understand. Abhyasa yuktena, yoga yuktena, na nyagamina, then anuchintayan chetasa, he partha paramam purusham divyam yat. This is the way to achieve Paramatma. Same thing again, 12th chapter. Mayeva manadasva mayi buddhim nimeshaya. Nivasishishi mayeva ato urdhvam na samshaya. See, ata chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi stiram. Same word. Abhyasa yoga yuktena. Ata chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi stiram. Then Bhagavan says there, abhyasa karo. Same word, abhyasa yogena. Tataha mam aptum ichha. There the word also abhyasa yoga. Again what we said just now, mam aptum ichha. Let the desire that you have to reach me is continuously maintained. Because that is the whole fuel. When the desire is not for Paramatma, why will you do sadhana at all? इसलिए intensity of desire of Paramatma is directly proportional to abhyasa and yoga. If desire is not there, होगा ना. इसलिए वहाँ माम आप्तुम इच्छा. Then abhyasa yoga yuktena. Abhyasa yogena tatha माम आप्तुम इच्छा. So therefore, what is the whole thought today? Spirituality means drushti. Spirituality is drushti on the chitta. While being the drushti on the chitta, when we have to interact in the world, what is the influence of it on the chitta? We keep on observing. The gain achievement should be chitta is always freed from anything of the world, even though we are involved in the world in the required things. Protect the chitta. Then the second aspect is that chitta is always in the chintana about. Chintana kartru chittamna about the Atman Paramatman with the help of the guidance we received from the Upanishads about the Lakshana of the Atma. इसी को कहते हैं वेदांत वाक्येषु सदारमन्तः. In this way, we slowly live in the world but never get influenced by the world. Always attending our chitta. And chitta is always in trying to go towards the Parama Atman only. जितना इसको हम कर पाएंगे उतना subtlety we gain, introvertedness we gain. that reveals to us the inner realities, inner truths. और आगे बढ़ते बढ़ते वो whatever the final obstructions called as non-apprehension, of the self, that's replaced by the correct apprehension. Otherwise, the self is not apprehended in that non-apprehension. चित्त का अपना मौजा ही मौजा है. It just misapprehends. Whole world is never there. It just projects. Never existing dream projected, and as a dreamer, we are lost in it in so much of dukkha and effort. देखो, वो सब चित्त ने ही किया कि नहीं, सपन का निर्माण करके और उनमें हमको फंसा के क्या क्या दुखी बनाया हमको. सेम इन द जागृत ऑल्सो. चित्त ओनली प्रोजेक्टिंग, creating world and making us entangled. Having the one who realizes this fact, his drishti is only on chitta. He has already understood the world is mithya projected. It is only in the chitta, as we saw the first point. His attention always in chitta. अगर हम आ पाते हैं चित्त के लेवल तक रहना जीना, ओह संसार तो आधा निकल ही गए. बस दैट चित्त focused on the tattva, inquired, and when we realize it, so very subtle, very acute it is, but not impossible to gain when we are serious. So please दृष्टि चित्त पे रखें. अभी बाकी सारा चलता ही रहता है दुनिया में, isn't it? We can never give any importance to anything which disturbs our chitta, good or bad. There's nothing good or bad in the world. Then what is good or bad? World entering our chitta is bad. The chitta is free of the world is good. Same chitta focused on Paramatma is better. When the chitta dissolves to give us the experience of Paramatma, is the best. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Om Sarusibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम गुरुपुङ्गवपुङ्गवकेतनते समतामयतां नहि कोऽपि सुधीः शरणागतवत्सलतत्त्वनिधे भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तं ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां मोक्षमार्गाणां शास्त्राणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत् परम्परादीनां ज्ञानभक्तियोगादिसाधनानां पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने निष्ठित अस्माकं सा सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थमनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्. अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः. ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. 6 to 10. Hmm. सर्वाजीवे सर्वसंस्थे बृहन्ते अस्मिन् हंसो भ्राम्यते ब्रह्मचक्रे पृथगात्मानं प्रेरितारञ्च मत्वा जुष्टस्ततस्तेनामृतत्वमेति उद्गीतमेतत् परमं तु ब्रह्म तस्मिन् त्रयं सुप्रतिष्ठाक्षरं च अत्रान्तरं ब्रह्मविदो विदित्वा लीना ब्रह्मणि तत्परायो निमुक्ताः संयुक्तमेतत्क्षरमक्षरं च व्यक्ताव्यक्तं भरते विश्वमीशः अनीशश्चात्मा बध्यते भोक्तृभावात् ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः ज्ञाग्नौ द्वावजावीशनीशौ अजाह्येका भोक्तृभोग्यार्थयुक्ता अनन्तश्चात्मा विश्वरूपो ह्यकर्ता त्रयं यदा विन्दते ब्रह्ममेतत् क्षरं प्रधानममृताक्षरं हरः क्षरात्मानावीशते देव एकः तस्याभिध्यानात् योजनात् तत्त्वभावात् भूयश्चान्ते विश्वमाया निवृत्तिः. 5 श्लोकास् पारायण. First one, Om Brahmavadino Vadante Kim Karanam Brahma Kudasmajatah Jivamakena Kvajasam Pradishtaah Adhishtitaah Kena Sukhetareshu Vartamahe Brahmavido Vyavastha. So, Kim Karanam Brahma? First question discussed. Second is Kutasmajatah. Yesterday we cite where from we are manifested or born. And this question has relevance because the Bhagavan Adi Shankara is so sublime. He is quoting 7-8 mantras where the pure Atman is proved to be never born because it is ever existing. Therefore, in the ever existing Brahman, there will be no bondage. So realize it. And in this Jiva, there is always misery. Inquire where from he is born. कुतस्म जाता, क्यों आया ये, वो इंक्वायर करो, वो भाग जाता है. The samsari jiva, when inquired, he runs away, leaving behind the samsara rahita atman. He will not stand to inquiry because he is not real. Like shadow, you are always looking at the shadow, but actually it is not. It's an absence of light, that's it. There's nothing called a shadow. It's not a tangible, substantial object. Same way, this jiva bhi actually नहीं है. लाइक स्वप्न पुरुष है ही नहीं, लेकिन इतना स्वप्न का अनुभव उसने पाया. Like the actor on the cinema, a particular role. It is not at all real, it's a projection. But you see the struggle he is going through. In the same way. So, that kutasma jataha is the second question. Kutaha means from where, kuta also is for what reason. So, ब्यूटिफुल कोटेशंस में सारे तो हम नहीं देखेंगे. These three beautiful are there. One is what? Jivapetam vava kila idam mriyate na jivaham mriyate. See, this sharira, when it is left behind by the jiva, then it dies. Na jivaham mriyate. Jiva never dies. In the context of the discussion, this quotation is different purposed. But in general, Jiva na mriyate is a very encouraging thought for us. Why? When we identify with Jiva, not the body, the Janma Mrityu with the body, that will no more be an issue. No more be a fear. Mrityu will not give fear. Janma will not give unwanted excitement. When you understand this, like a child is born, You are not excited. You only say "Yeah, that jiva has come in that body, in that family. Bas, they'll have their own mutual prarabdha as long as it's required. You won't make a big issue. That हे पुत्र हो गया, बेटा हो गया, भाई प्रकट कृपाला है सारा राम जी के लिए कर सकते हैं, बट नॉट फॉर ऑल एनी जीवास. बस वो जन्म लिया बस. अब देख तमाशा. तो जन्म won't be exciting if you know that jiva sthiti beyond the sharira. Same time, the other aspect, the extreme of the death, somebody died. You won't cry, अरे तुम मर गए, क्या होगा, जगत का कुछ नहीं है. He was in the body, left the body, he will go into some other body. That's it. Depending on prarabdha. And in one body at one life, he may be a big hero. Other body, other life is zero. Whatever is required for evolution, that's what provided by God. Of course, depending on his karma phala. There's no issue. Like my mother, father died. No, sentimentally, emotionally, चले गए रोते हैं. They are all jiva now. Somewhere they are born. अपना जिंदगी वो चल रहा है आगे. Like this, another set of the things will be around. Depending on their jnana or ajnana, they'll be doing sadhana or samsara. वो गाड़ी चलती ही रहती है वो. What is the issue about it? Like in this life, I was their child and all. वहाँ और कोई होंगे दूसरा जीव जिनको प्रारब्ध है. After all, in thousands of lives, we created so much of loans, debts to so many people. अब खाली करने के लिए किसको पता नहीं. This is not an issue. I'm just telling the byproduct of this knowledge. What is that knowledge? Jiva apetam bhava kila idam mriyate. Freed from the jiva means left by the jiva, idam shariram mriyate. Na jiva mriyate. Jiva doesn't die. The other aspect is, if he doesn't die, means he is never born also. Therefore, kutasma jataha. Next one. Jara mrityu sharirasya. So that kutasma jataha को ये वाला quotes भगवान आदिशंकर दे रहे to make us start thinking. If at all you accept Jiva, Jiva is entering and exiting. He is neither born nor dying. फिर किसको है जरा मृत्यु शरीरस्य another quotation. Not Jiva. Somehow कुछ ना कुछ स्ट्रगल करके हम जीवोस्मी में हमको आना चाहिए. Very good it is. नेक्स्ट देखो अविनाशी वा अरे अयम आत्मा अनुचित धर्म. देखो अरे मैत्री जी को कह रहे हैं हमारे याज्ञवल्क्य जी अयम आत्मा अविनाशी. हियर आत्मा इज नॉट द जीवा द रियल प्योर सेल्फ. अविनाशी. लाइक अविनाशी तो तत्विद्धि येन सर्वमिदं ततम् विनाशम अव्ययस्य न कश्चित् कर्तुम्. सेकंड चैप्टर. अविनाशी वा अरे अयम आत्मा. अरे मीन्स a loving address. Avinashi va ayamatma. Avinashi, therefore what brings vinasha is modification, therefore avikari, and all the vikara starts with the janma, therefore ajanma. Ajanma, avikari, ajara and amara. Ayamatma. Vinasha adito, shariradi Avinashi va ayamatma. Then the next what is cute word? Anuchitti dharma. है ना. ये सेल्फ क्या है? अनुच्छेद मतलब उच्छेदना. उच्छेदना मतलब उसको काटना. काट कर थोड़ा पीस उसको हाथ दूर करना. लाइक वृक्ष इज देयर. उसके ब्रांचेस बढ़ गए. दे आर जस्ट ब्लॉकिंग द मूवमेंट्स ऑफ द रोड. व्हाट डू यू डू? उस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट का उच्छेदन करते हो. कट. जस्ट लाइक योर नेल्स आर सो ग्रोन बियॉन्ड. है ना. causing problem. So you do the uchchedana of those nails. In this way, anuchitti dharma is a beautiful thing. कि emotionally बताए तो forget about the vinasha of this atma. इस आत्मा का बाल भी आप बांका नहीं कर सकते. उनको आप खरोच भी नहीं कर सकते. अनुचित धर्म. मारने की बात तो दूर है यार. उसका आप ना खरोच भी नहीं कर सकते. You can't even reach to do kharosh to it. Because only through Uchchedanam you do vinasha of something. Uchchetan ka first step of kharoch also you cannot do to the Atman. अब क्या इसका अविनाश की बात कह रहे हो? तो वो आत्मा जिनका विनाशी नहीं है, उच्छेदन भी नहीं हो सकता, वो मैं हूं. नॉट द बॉडी. बॉडी तो फिर एवरी मोमेंट इट इज डाइंग ओनली. इट इज नॉट द सेम. एवरी मोमेंट इट इज चेंजिंग. So this is another quotation to substantiate kutasma jataha. Then the next one was iti tatacha smrutihi ajaha sharira grahanat saha jata iti kirtyate. What a beautiful thing. Very subtle it is. Ajaha, the unborn Paramatma, sharira grahanat, because of the projection of the Rupa and Nama on him, jata iti, that he is born, iti kirtyate, is spoken like that. This we have studied in Taittiriya very exhaustively, what is creation? Nothing but. And the Nama Rupa going back into unmanifestation is dissolution into Paramatma. Like the unmanifested Rupa Nama getting manifested in the water is called wave, creation of wave. That Rupa Nama gone away again into the same water, dissolution of wave. What is the birth of wave then? That is what he has said. Sharira Grahanat. That water taken that shape, that's called Sharira. उसके लिए उसके कारण we say that wave is born. Ajaha Sharira Grahanat Jata iti kirtyate. Sharira Grahana means not that he has taken the body, but because of the imposition of the Rupa Nama on that. Otherwise, it is not born at all. That is why Prakata Kripala or Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, not Janmami. In both examples of Gita and Tulsiram, प्रकट हुए हैं भगवान, जन्म नहीं लिए. जगन्नाथ प्रभु प्रकटे, जगन्निवास प्रभु प्रकटे. So in this way, किम कारणम, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, कुतस्म जाता. हो गया. किम कारणम ब्रह्म का 4-5 क्वेश्चंस भूलना मत. What is the swarupa of the karana brahma? Or is the brahma the karana or kala svabhava? Or if brahma, the self-existence, is the karana, is he upadana karana or a nimitta karana, or is he both? Or he is not the karana at all, a karana. Those things will be answered. Kutasma jata. Where from we? Who are we? Already said. Karya karana sanghata yukta. The one who has got the karya, the sharira, the karana, antakarana. Okay. Kuta vayam karya karanavantaha jataha. We the jivas having karya karana, where from we are born. See, very subtle question, उसका ये लास्ट श्लोक, लास्ट कोटेशन का संबंध देखो. अजह शरीर ग्रहणात् जातः इति उच्यते. The unborn, accepting the condition of sharira, is said to be born. Therefore, what we frequently say in Bhagavata, बहुत एक्सरसाइज कराए हम कि परमात्मा उपाधि से जीव बन रहे हो. Man becoming husband through wife. No change is happening in man, but something is as if taken up a conditioning in him, to conditional behavior it is. Therefore, I am Jiva because Karyakarana Sangat. If Karyakarana Sangata is dropped, I am the self only. So this Karyakarana Sangata Vayam Kutasma Jataha. That's the question. Okay. Now, third question. Kimcha. One more question is there, Baba Isme. What is it? Jivama Kena. This is the third thing. Kena Jivama. So, भाष्यकार कहते केन वा vayam srushtaha santaha jivama. We, the created beings. Kenava, because of what? We are jivamaha. We are continuing. So first was kutasmajataha. That is the Srushti Vishayaka Prashna. पहले वाला टोटल सृष्टि का प्रश्न है, किम कारणम ब्रह्म. सेकंड, उस सृष्टि में यू एंड आई जीव का सृष्टि का प्रश्न, कुतस्म जाता. सेकंड इज स्थिति का प्रश्न, जीवाम केन, हाउ वी आर अलाइव कंटिन्यूअसली आफ्टर बीइंग बॉर्न, केन जीवाम. सो किम केन, किम च जीवाम केन, केन वा वयं सृष्टाः सन्तः जीवाम इति स्थिति विषयक प्रश्नः अबाउट द स्थिति. देन थर्ड वन इज व्हाट? क्वच संप्रतिष्ठाः. सो किम कारणम, कुतस्म जाता, जीवाम केन. फोर्थ इज क्वच संप्रतिष्ठाः. आंसर इज व्हाट? प्रलय काले स्थिताः. हियर संप्रतिष्ठा मीन्स at the time of pralaya, where are we getting dissolved into? Sampratishta you cannot talk about where we are established, because जीवामकेन तो आ गया ना ऑलरेडी. तो दैट जीवामकेन ही स्थिति काल प्रश्न हो गया. सृष्टि हो गया, स्थिति हो गया. अब तीसरा कौन है? लय ही होगा. देवर क्वच संप्रतिष्ठा मीन्स when our laya happens, where are we going into? Where, having gone where, we have become laya, we are no more existing. That is the meaning of क्वच संप्रतिष्ठाः प्रलय काले क्वच स्थिताः. जब प्रलय होता है हम कहाँ चले जाते हैं? 4 questions. किम कारणम, कुतस्म जाता, जीवामकेन, क्वच संप्रतिष्ठा. फिफ्थ वन, अधिष्ठिता केन सुखेतरेषु वर्तामहे ब्रह्मविदो व्यवस्था. पूरा मिलकर एक ही प्रश्न है. व्हाट इज दैट क्वेश्चन हियर? अधिष्ठिताः मीन्स नियमिताः. prompted by whom, propelled by whom, put in by whom. किन किन के नियमन करने से? अधिष्ठिताः, नियमिताः, केन, by whom we are forced. This is again Kena Upanishad Prashna. This is again Bhagavad Gita, third chapter Prashna. Kena Upanishad is Keneshitam Bhatati Preshitam. Gita में केन अथ केन प्रयुक्तोयम पापम चरति. Here also केन अधिष्ठिताः, केन नियमिताः. Who is the one who is the अधिष्ठान, who is नियमिता, who is putting us into, कौन हमारा नियमन कर रहा है, जिनके कारण. केन अधिष्ठिताः सुखेतरेषु, sukha and itara. Itara of the sukha is dukkha. Sukha iteration is sukha dukkeshu vartamahe. That we are doing the vyavahara. Brahmavida and okay, two cases. Hey Brahmavetalo, let us discuss on these points. Hey Brahmavida, vyavastam. Vyavastam vartamahe. Ye sentence hai. Again Shankar Bhagavan is re-saying the same sentence. He says, Hey Brahmavida, oh dear Brahmavetas, all assembled, Sukha Dukkheshu Vyavastham. Vyavastha therefore here is samsara. Samsara in which there is a vyavastha of Sukha Dukkha. As the result, obviously, through the karma of Punya and Papa, obviously, with the inner upadhis and outer resources. So, inner upadhi, outer resources, dharma, dharma possibility, doing them, they result in Sukha Dukkha. All of that put together is samsara. So, kena niyamitaha sukha dukkeshu vartamahe. He brahmavideshu vidaha sukha dukkeshu vyavastam. Sukha dukkha rupi samsara mein kena adhishtitaha. By the niyamana of whom kena adhishtita santaha vartamahe iti. कि सुख दुख में जो हम जूझ रहे हैं, किन की प्रेरणा से अधिष्ठातृत्व में हम इन सब में फंस रहे हैं इति प्रश्न. Therefore, total thought is what? Total thought is कि इति सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय नियम हेतुः किम इति प्रश्न संग्रहः. The संग्रह of all प्रश्न is what? सृष्टि का कारण हेतु क्या है, स्थिति का कारण हेतु क्या है, लय का कारण हेतु क्या है, नियमन का हेतु क्या है स्थिति काल में. Here in the स्थिति काला the नियमन is संसार में नियमन कौन कर रहा है, किस कारण से हो रहा है. In this way, सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय स्थिति काल नियम. These are the essence of this whole question. It is called as Prashna Sangraha. Total Srishti in that Jiva Srishti. Jiva Sthiti. At the time of Sthiti Kala, Samsara. Pralaya. Where he goes at the time of Pralaya. This is how the first Prashna. Kim Karanam Brahma, Kutasma Jataha, Kena Jimamaha, Kvasa Sampartishtaha, Kena Adhishtitaha, Sukhadedareshu Vartamahe Vyavastha. He Brahma Vidaha. These are the agenda of discussion today. Okay, first mantra we have done, Baba. Thank you. Now, second mantras, Avatarika and mantra Ucharana, we will do it. Tomorrow we'll study it. What is Avatarika? Ki Idanim, right now, Kala Adini, Kala, etc., etc. Which are they? Be attentive. Brahma Karanavada Pratipaksha Bhutani. These are all the Pratipaksha Bhutani. Opposition party. And staying in the opposition party, what they do? Brahma Karanavada Pratipaksha Bhutani. They are opposing the Brahman to be the Karana. तो ब्रह्म ही सारे इन प्रश्नों के आंसर के रूप में कारण है. उसके प्रतिपक्ष भूत ये जो काल आदि है इत्यादि विचार विषयत्वेन they have to be inquired about, are they the cause? This mantra darshayati. So second mantra talks about the inquiry of Kala etc. Adi to be the cause of the Jagat etc. The 5 questions. In fact, this is the Brahma Karanatva Vyatireka. They all are trying to argue that they are the Karana, not the Brahman. Therefore, what this Sambandha Bhashya tells us is in the second question, what are the Karana, Kim Karana Ityadi are answered in the form of Kala Swabhava Ityadi, and within that only, through the inquiry, it is concluded that they cannot be the Karana. Obviously, then what could be the Karana? 2 more things only. One is Maya. No, Maya cannot be the Karana because it is not independent. Then who is remaining? The Brahman alone. Therefore, this is where what we see the world, and through the inquiry of it, we enter into the Karana, the Brahma. And the most surprising thing which we very frequently discuss is what? When you go to the Karana Brahma, be attentive. That Brahman is found to be Avikari, Ajanma, Amrityu ityadi. The one who is Janma Rahita, modification Rahita, Mrityu Rahita. Then how can he be the Karana of the Jagat? Because if he is modifiable, then he is Karana. But he is unmodifiable. Then how can he be Karana of the Jagat? He cannot be Karana. That is why then what is the Jagat then? It is only a projection. That's called, it's a Bhranti. Jagat Bhranti. Mithya. Jagat Mithya ka arth hai. Everything is so. Like the gold. When you look at the gold is such a matter that it cannot lose its goldness to become an ornament. Think about it. It has not lost its goldness. It is always so to become the ornament. All the time. In that case, then what are the ornaments' position? वही तो कह रहे हैं ना, वो मिथ्या है, वो कल्पना है. Think about it. यही इन 4-5 बातों में बुद्धि सूक्ष्म होकर we have to catch it. That's called Vedanta. Then with this understanding, they reject the Jagat, then go for the Paramatman on the meditation of seat of meditation. One day we realize it. But the crux is this understanding. So the inquiry is from the world which is seen and me, the Jiva who is in this world, Karana Mimamsa. The possible Karanas, they are all rejected. Then what is the inner search leads to the inner Karana and beyond that. हो ना? टोटल थॉट वेदांत का देखो ना, इतना बता, इट्स कॉल्ड विवर्त अभिन्न निमित्त उपादान कारण इज द ब्रह्मन ऑफ दिस जगत. Very peculiar, yeah? Remember this. Listen, next 2 minutes are very crucial. Brahman remaining as he himself, not even iota of modification in him, yet appearing as the entire universe, in which even an iota of the universe of names and forms are real. This is called entire Vedanta standpoint of both Brahman and the Jagat. Brahman, even little also has not changed. Yet appearing is such a big world of total multiplicity. Even without of that whole world of Namarupa, even little of it also is not real. And that is covering the reality, the Brahman, from our vision, from our understanding. अब देखो इस अविद्या का एंड अविवेक का अविचार का महामोह महामाया मजाल देखो. The one who gains the Atma Vidya and the one who is the Vichara, then the Maya and Moha, when it goes away, what is found everywhere. Yatra yatra manoyati, tatra tatra samadaya. Sarvam hi etat brahma. I am Atma. All these sentences are understood at that level. And the whole world is like that. Mitti remaining as mitti, even a kharoch of the mitti has not become anything else. Yet appearing as a pot, which has zero existence of itself, yet it is covering the mitti, not allowing us to have the vision of the mud. See the power of that non-thinking and delusion. Any example, a cloth, nothing, the thread never became anything other than thread. It remained only, thread or cotton. Yet it appears as a cloth which has no existence of its own. Yet because of its utility value that we use it as cloth, it is given so much importance that nobody talks about the thread. In any of the clothes shops, 10 lakhs that are there in the world, everybody says कि कपड़े बेच रहे, कपड़े खरीद रहे, which is सबसे बड़ा झूठ है. बेचने वाला भी धागा ही बेच रहा है, खरीदने वाला भी धागा ही खरीद रहा है. But nobody says कि I am selling thread or I am buying thread. You know, everybody says 10 lakhs of shops में 10 crore people go to shop. All of them say कि I'm buying cloth or I'm selling cloth. Nobody says I'm buying the thread or selling thread. But fact is they are selling and buying thread only, not the cloth. Everywhere, like ghar banaya. Nobody makes the ghar. Only the eat pattar put one above the above, one above the above. That's it. But nobody ऐसा कहते हैं तो घर ही बना रहे. See, now you understood, no, how the vyavaharas overly given importance covers the substratum. Even intellectual understanding about substratum also we are far away from. Then when will we search for that substratum, seek it and realize it? When we realize that substratum, I am that, there is nothing other than it. Everything else is appearance. Appearance being unreal, nothing can be sought from it. Therefore, there is no samsara. A play is going on. Like in a TV, a hero or villain. They are playing their play. It's unreal. It's only projection. Therefore, during seeing the movie, after the movie, you enjoy all of that, but you don't favor the hero, you don't hate the villain. Because वो real है ही नहीं. Then what appear depends over, it's only appearance. Non-existing thing appearing to entertain us. In that, to make it masala wala, two opposite things are put as if a hero and villain for only entertainment's sake. In the same way, the Janma and Marana, Sukha, Dukkha, Chatru, Mitra, Labha, Hani, Jaya, Parajay, these are all only entertainment के लिए दोनों चीज रखे हैं. Actually, the hero है ना villain है उधर, दोनों projected. When both are projected, their mutual relation also projected, no? Mutual activities. So in this way, all of that are projected on the self Paramatma. खाम खाम परेशान हो रहे हैं, जो था ही नहीं ड्रीम, इतने परेशान हुए हम उसमें. सांप था ही नहीं, अब इतना डर गए. जगत है ही नहीं, इतना फंस गए संसार. And this will never realize that Jagat is unreal. Will never realize the snake is unreal till the rope is apprehended. रोप एज रोप अप्रेंशन होने तक संशय तो रहता ही है, यार सांप हो सकता, पर एक बार पता चल गया रस्सी है, बुलाने के पर भी सांप नहीं रहेगा. Till the Atman is realized, the doubt that Jagat is real remains. Then samsara also remains. But the Atman is experienced, then nothing cause the Jagat is there. अब बुलाने के ऊपर भी संसार नहीं रहता, मांगने के ऊपर भी संसार नहीं रहता. वेकिंग अप हो गया तो इवन जितना भी कोशिश करो, यू कैन नॉट सफर द ड्रीम नाउ एनी मोर, विच वॉज रियल व्हेन वी वर इन ड्रीम. Dream is non-apprehension of the waker and misapprehension of the dream world. So to the whole world is non-apprehension of the self and misapprehension of it. Think. May this knowledge now become unambiguous in us, deep in us, rooted, crystal clear in us. Basing on that, we conduct outside, therefore, no creation of samsara. Using this knowledge only inside, we go deep into the substrate. This is what our job, the twofold job of you and I. इस ज्ञान के द्वारा संसार का विच्छेदन करें और इसी ज्ञान के द्वारा अधिष्ठान आत्मा को पाए. संसार से मोक्ष, आत्म प्राप्ति से दैट आनंद, अनंत आनंद. Okay, so what is that shlokam? Kala svabhavo niyatiriyadrucha bhutani yoni purusha iti chintya sanyoga esham natu atma bhavat atmapyanishah sukha dukkha heto. Kala svabhavo niyatiriyadrucha bhutani yoni purusha iti chintya sanyoga esham natvatma bhavat Atmapyanisha Sukadukha Heto. So the five things are taken up for the Karana, for the Jagat. They are rejected also. It's a beautiful thing. So Kalaha, Subhavaha, Niyati, Yadrucha, Purushaha. Somebody adds one more, the Yoni, the Prakriti. 6 चीजों को भगवान शंकर हमको दर्शाते हैं सिंपल लॉजिक से कि they cannot be the cause. Then again, therefore, the outer things cannot be the cause. चलो अंदर ढूंढते हैं. When they searched inside, then they found 2 reasons. One is avidya or maya. Second, that can't be independent, therefore the substratum. Then in the substratum is reached, maya gone, maya created. These all samsara is gone. Then question only is not there. And once you know the rope, now do we think about now, अब इस सांप को क्या करें, मार दें या पकड़ के जू पार्क में भेज दें या जंगल में छोड़े? Do we discuss about all that once the rope is apprehended? हाँ, अब पता चल गया रस्सी, तो अब फिर भी सोच रहे हो सांप को पकड़ के कैसे जहर निकाल दे या जंगल में छोड़े. It's an absurd thing. You don't even think about that. That's how once the self, the reality substratum is known, there's nothing remains to be done with this jagat. ना उसको पाना है ना कुछ खोना है, क्योंकि क्या खोते हो पाते हो सांप को जो है ही नहीं, बट दिख रहा है. इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट. दिख रहा है तो दिखने के समय कैसे व्यवहार करना, कोई उसूल होते हैं, उसको फॉलो करो. इट वोंट क्रिएट प्रॉब्लम. There are some vyavahara dharmas, you follow them, there's no problem. The one who knows the self, he knows the position of the projected world. In him, naturally, the Vyavahara Dharmas are expressed, while dealing with the world, where there is no samsara to it all. मजा आता है वो वाला स्थिति अगर दृढ़ता से हमारे अंदर मिल गया. Instead of searching for this deeper knowledge, still we are trying to get the objects, get the people, get the favors from them, get the love from them. अरे ये सब एक्सपेक्ट करने वाला जीव ही मिथ्या है भैया. ओम 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 ओम. थैंक यू. सेकंड मंत्र अध्ययनम कल करेंगे. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परम ऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Join in 5 minutes.